The feeling is almost universal, a frustrating paradox that can make the pursuit of any meaningful goal feel like a cruel joke. The more effort you exert, the more intensely you focus on a specific outcome, the more it seems to slip through your fingers. It's that promotion you're desperate for, where every attempt to prove your worth somehow comes off as trying too hard. It's that person you can't stop thinking about, where every text you send feels weighted with a neediness that you can't quite conceal. It's the dream you're chasing relentlessly, where the constant strain of striving begins to drain the joy from the very thing you once loved. This struggle is real, and it's exhausting because it feels like you're doing everything right, pushing with all your might, yet the results remain stubbornly out of reach. But what if the fundamental problem isn't a lack of effort? What if the key to unlocking what you want lies not in pushing harder, but in the counterintuitive act of letting go? This is the central paradox we must unravel. It's crucial to understand from the outset that letting go is not synonymous with giving up. It is not about adopting a posture of apathy, resignation, or indifference toward your goals. You are not quitting the race. Instead, you are changing your running form. Letting go is the conscious practice of detaching from the desperate, white-knuckled need for a specific, predetermined outcome. It is the difference between being invested in the journey and being obsessed with the destination. A powerful way to visualize this is to imagine you are holding onto a rope. You want a certain result so badly that you grip that rope with all your strength. Your knuckles are white, your hands ache from the strain, and the tension radiates up your arms into your shoulders and neck. This isn't just physical tension. It's mental and emotional. This self-inflicted pressure doesn't just affect your hands. It clouds your judgment, fuels your anxiety, and colors your entire energy with a palpable sense of desperation. Now, imagine loosening your grip. Not dropping the rope entirely, but simply allowing it to rest more gently in your hands. The immediate relief is not just physical. It's a mental unclenching. This is the essence of letting go. When you are obsessed with an outcome, your energy becomes anxious and needy. In social or professional settings, people are exceptionally adept subconsciously at detecting this energy. It signals a lack of confidence, and more importantly, a lack of self-worth that is contingent on their validation. This vibe is often a self-sabotaging repellent. The moment you release that psychic grip, you create intellectual and emotional space for things to unfold organically. You trade desperation for calm, anxiety for presence, and neediness for a quiet, unshakable confidence. This new energy is not forced. It is the natural byproduct of no longer placing your value in the hands of an uncertain result. It is this calm, self-assured energy that is truly irresistible to others, because it invites them in rather than pleading for them to stay. The transformation that occurs when you loosen your grip on a specific outcome is subtle yet profound, and one of its most powerful effects is the cultivation of an air of mystery. This is not about constructing a facade or playing a part. It is a natural consequence of redirecting your focus inward. When you are no longer fixated on the end goal, you cease broadcasting every thought, hope, and anxiety. You stop offering constant, unsolicited updates on your emotional state or your level of interest. This shift in behavior creates a vacuum, and nature, especially human nature, abhors a vacuum. That space is inevitably filled with curiosity. This phenomenon is deeply rooted in our psychology. A pivotal study from Harvard University delved into the mechanics of uncertainty and its effect on the human brain. The research demonstrated that not knowing an outcome, or being unable to easily predict someone's behavior, actively engages the brain's reward system. Uncertainty, it turns out, is a potent catalyst for intrigue and sustained attention. When someone can't immediately figure you out, their mind is prompted to work, to puzzle over you, invest cognitive energy in understanding who you are. This investment of mental effort, however small, creates a form of engagement that is far more powerful and lasting than any amount of overt eagerness could ever generate. In the context of dating or forming new relationships, this principle becomes especially clear. Consider the dynamic of constant communication. When you are the one always initiating contact, quickly responding to every message, and making your availability overwhelmingly obvious. You leave nothing to the imagination. You become an open book. Read from cover to cover in a single sitting. There is no reason for the other person to wonder about you, to miss you, or to actively desire your presence because you are perpetually present in their digital orbit. Your value, in their eyes, becomes commonplace. Now, contrast this with the behavior that flows from a mindset of healthy detachment. You are engaged in your own life. You have projects, hobbies, and social commitments that are meaningful to you. This means you are not always immediately available. You don't feel the need to double text if a message goes unanswered. You might respond with thoughtfulness rather than with lightning speed. This isn't a manipulative strategy of playing hard to get. It is the authentic behavior of someone who is genuinely hard to get because they have a rich, fulfilling life to get to. This creates a palpable intrigue. The other person, consciously or not, begins to notice your absence. They start to wonder, what is she doing that's so interesting? Why are they so content and calm? The questions themselves are evidence of their growing interest. The most critical part of this process is that their curiosity is no longer about your actions in isolation, why you didn't text, why you were busy, but about you as a complete person. They become curious about the life that commands your attention, the confidence that allows you to be present without being needy, and the self-assurance that doesn't require their constant validation. This shift in energy is transformative. It moves you from a position of seeking attention to a position of commanding interest. You are no longer chasing. You have become the subject of their fascination, and in doing so, you naturally draw them toward you. They begin to initiate contact, to ask questions, and to strive to become a part of the interesting life you are already living. The power dynamic hasn't just shifted. It has been completely redefined by the simple magnetic power of mystery. At the heart of this transformative mindset lies what is often mistakenly called the "I don't care" attitude. This phrase is a dangerous oversimplification, conjuring images of apathy, arrogance, or cold indifference. In truth, the attitude that unlocks magnetic confidence is not about not caring at all. It is about caring profoundly, but from a place of strength rather than neediness. It is the practice of healthy detachment, a mental and emotional framework where your sense of self-worth, validation, and identity is internally generated and not contingent on external outcomes or the approval of others. This is the critical difference between giving up and leveling up. To understand this, imagine your self-worth as a throne. When you are desperate for a specific outcome, whether it's a person's affection, it's a job offer, or social validation, you effectively vacate your own throne and invite that external force to sit there. You hand them the scepter and give them the power to crown you worthy or unworthy. Their approval becomes your validation. Their rejection becomes your failure. This is the definition of neediness. And it is an energy that people instinctively recoil from because it places a burden of responsibility on them that they never asked for. The "I don't care" attitude is the act of reclaiming your throne. It is the decision that your worth is not up for debate, not a prize to be won in the external world, but a fundamental non-negotiable fact of your existence. You are the source of your own validation. This doesn't mean you become a narcissist, oblivious to feedback or the feelings of others. It means that feedback and outcomes are processed as data, not as verdicts on your soul. A job rejection is reframed from "I am a failure" to "that specific role was not the right fit for my skills at this time." Someone's disinterest is transformed from "I am unlovable" to "we are not compatible." This foundational shift empowers you to flip the script on the most fundamental questions that drive anxiety in social interactions. Instead of walking into a room, a date, or an interview nervously seeking an answer to the question, "Do they like me?" you become the one asking, "Do I like them?" This is a revolutionary change in perspective. The first question places you in a subordinate position, a supplicant begging for approval. The second question places you in a position of empowerment, as a discerning individual evaluating whether this person, opportunity, or environment meets your standards and aligns with your values. You are no longer seeking approval. You are conducting an assessment. This is the essence of true confidence. It is not about being the loudest or most extroverted person in the room. It is the quiet, unshakable knowledge that you are enough, regardless of the outcome. This knowledge allows you to engage with the world from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. You interact with people because you are genuinely interested, not because you need something from them. You interact with people because you are genuinely interested, not because you need something from them. You pursue goals because they are aligned with your passions, not because you need the achievement to prove your worth. This absence of neediness is what people perceive as magnetic. It's attractive because it is rare and authentic. It communicates that you are a whole person unto yourself, and any connection with you is a choice, not a necessity. This is the powerful, attractive energy that flows naturally from the profound security of healthy detachment. The principle that scarcity creates value is one of the most fundamental and observable laws of human psychology, a truth that extends far beyond economics and into the very fabric of our social interactions. We are intrinsically wired to desire what is perceived as rare, exclusive, or difficult to obtain. A diamond's immense value is derived not from its chemical composition, which is merely carbon, but from its relative scarcity and the arduous process required to unearth and refine it. This same inexorable principle applies with profound force to human value and social capital. When you are perpetually available, overly eager, and quick to prioritize others over yourself, you effectively make yourself common. Like a pebble on a beach present, in such abundance that your presence is taken for, granted, and your individual value is overlooked. The act of letting go and embracing a healthy detachment is what initiates the transformation from commonality to scarcity. It is the process of becoming a diamond. This is not about manipulative withdrawal or playing games. It is the authentic and natural consequence of choosing to invest in yourself. When you stop being overly available, it is because you have genuinely become busy, not with pretense, but with the concrete work of building a life you respect. You have projects that captivate you, goals that demand your focus, relationships that nourish you, and a personal peace you are unwilling to disrupt for fleeting validations. This purposeful engagement with your own life means your time and attention are no longer cheap commodities to be given away freely. They become valuable resources, carefully allocated. The scarcity of your time and energy does not go unnoticed. People are highly attuned to social cues and value indicators. Your absence becomes conspicuous. Your independence becomes a statement. Your clear sense of self-respect communicates a powerful message that you are a person of substance with a rich internal world and external commitments. This creates a palpable intrigue, as discussed. But it also triggers a deep-seated psychological response in others, the instinct to value what seems valued by others, and importantly, by you. When you demonstrate through your actions that you value your own time, others are compelled to follow suit and value it as well. They begin to see your presence not as a given, but as a gift. They start to wonder what you see in yourself that makes you so purposefully engaged, and they desire to be part of that world you are building. This is the culmination of turning the focus back onto yourself. You reclaim all the mental and emotional energy you once spent on monitoring others' reactions and pouring it into your own growth, your health, your passions, your career, your peace. This investment pays a compound interest in the form of a radiant self-respect. This isn't arrogance. It is the quiet glow of someone who knows their worth because they have done the work to earn their own respect. This glow is the most powerful attractor there is. You are no longer asking the world to value you. You are demonstrating your value through the life you lead. You become a person others want to win over, not because you are chasing them, but because you are clearly winning at life itself. By understanding and leveraging this principle of scarcity, you stop trying to convince people of your value and simply allow your actions to prove it. Making the world come to you, the journey of letting go, culminates in a profound and liberating shift in your relationship with the world. A transition from the exhausting posture of a chaser to the empowered posture of a magnet. This is the essence of the freedom that awaits on the other side of neediness. Chasing is an act of lack. It is the frantic energy of running toward something you believe you do not have, whether it's validation, love, or success. It is rooted in the fear that it might escape you. Attracting, however, is an energy of abundance. It is the calm, grounded confidence that what is meant for you will find you as a natural. It's a consequence of you becoming the person you are meant to be. This shift doesn't just change your results. It transforms your entire experience of life. This newfound radiance does not go unnoticed. As you build a life of purpose and self-respect, you will inevitably draw attention, including from a particular group, those from your past who once overlooked you, took you for granted, or failed to see your value. Their return can be one of the most validating yet dangerous moments in this entire process. The validation comes from the external confirmation of your growth. The danger lies in misinterpreting their motives. It is crucial to understand that they are often not drawn back by the core you, but by the glow around you, the confidence, success, and peace you now radiate. They are craving a reflection of that light for themselves, and their reappearance is often more about their own desire for validation than a genuine appreciation for who you have always been. This is why you must become the unwavering gatekeeper of your own peace. Your energy, carefully cultivated and fiercely protected, is now your most valuable asset. Letting someone back into your inner circle cannot be a decision based on nostalgia or a fleeting ego boost. It must be a conscious, discerning choice grounded in a single question. Do they offer mutual respect and align with the person you have become? You are no longer a beggar at the feast, grateful for any scrap of attention. You are the host of your own life, and you decide who gets a seat at the table. This discernment is the ultimate expression of self-respect. It means understanding that not all attention is good attention, and that some connections, even renewed ones, can drain the very energy you've worked so hard to build. The ultimate result of stopping the chase is the breathtaking realization that you were always enough. The validation you sought so desperately externally was always an inside job waiting to be completed. This realization brings a peace that is immune to external circumstances. You begin to operate from a core of stability that is unshakable. Opportunities, people, and success are naturally drawn into this field of calm, self-assured energy. They come not because you are straining for them, but because you have become a vibrational match for them. You are no longer pursuing. You are receiving. This is when life truly begins to flow. The struggle dissipates, replaced by a sense of synchronicity and ease. Letting go of what you cannot control is no longer an act of defeat, but the ultimate strategy for victory. It is the decision to stop chasing the waves and instead learn to float. Discovering that the current was always meant to carry you forward